Your story is powerful, but power shared without discipline becomes weakness. In a world that constantly invites you to explain yourself, to justify your choices, and to narrate every struggle, it takes uncommon strength to remain quiet and focused. Long before microphones, screens, and instant applause existed, progress was built in silence. People worked, failed, adjusted, and rose without announcing every step. That principle still stands. Talking about your plans can feel like movement, but talk does not build character, action does. Sharing every hardship may bring temporary comfort, yet comfort has never carried anyone to a better life. Growth demands patience, restraint, and the ability to stand alone with your thoughts. When you tell your story to everyone, you give away control over how it is judged, doubted, or misunderstood. Not every listener deserves access to your direction. Strong individuals learn early that explanations are often unnecessary. They understand that approval is not required to move forward, and sympathy is not a substitute for discipline. Real confidence is quiet. It does not rush to be seen or heard. It works, improves, and waits. The strongest foundations are built where no one is watching. This message is not about secrecy or pride. It is about timing, focus, and self-respect. There is a season to listen, a season to labor, and a season to speak. Speak too early, and you weaken your resolve. Work first, and your results will speak with authority when the time is right. Let's dive in. Number 1, stop explaining your choices to people who don't share your effort. There comes a point in life when you must decide whether you are going to live by your own standards or spend your days justifying yourself to people who are not walking your path. Every explanation you give to the wrong audience slowly erodes your confidence. You begin to shape your decisions around what sounds acceptable instead of what feels right. That is not growth. That is negotiation with doubt. When someone is not putting in the effort you are putting in, they will never fully understand your choices. They see the surface, not the sacrifice. They see the change, not the cost. And when you try to explain yourself to them, you are asking for approval from people who have not paid the price you are paying. That habit will keep you small. Progress does not require permission. Strong people learn to move without applause. They make decisions quietly and stand by them firmly. Not because they are stubborn, but because they are committed. Explaining yourself too often is a sign that you are still seeking reassurance. But reassurance does not build discipline. Discipline is built when you act, even while misunderstood. You must accept this truth early. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Some people will question your choices not because they care, but because your effort highlights their inaction. Your discipline makes their comfort uncomfortable. So they ask questions, they doubt, they advise. And slowly, if you are not careful, you start defending instead of building. Every minute you spend explaining your direction is a minute you could have spent strengthening it. You do not need to convince anyone that your goals matter. If they matter to you, that is enough. Time will reveal whether your choices were right. Results are far better spokespersons than words. Learn to say less and stand taller. When questioned, respond with calm, not arguments. Let your consistency become your explanation. When you stay focused long enough, people stop asking why and start noticing how. Silence, when backed by effort, carries authority. This does not mean you ignore wise counsel. It means you choose it carefully. Seek advice from those who have walked further, endured more, and earned perspective. But do not confuse advice with opinions. Opinions are cheap. Discipline is rare. If you want to grow, you must get comfortable being misunderstood for a while. You must let go of the need to be approved and replace it with the need to improve. Your life does not require a committee meeting. It requires commitment. So from this point forward, make a simple decision. Stop explaining your choices to people who don't share your effort. Put that energy into your work. Let your progress answer the questions you no longer feel the need to explain. That is how self-respect is built. Quietly, steadily, and without apology. Number 2, be careful who you let hear your plans. Every plan you carry is a living thing in its early stages. It needs protection before it needs praise. Too many people destroy their own momentum by speaking too soon, by letting their unfinished ideas wander into the wrong ears. A plan shared carelessly becomes vulnerable, not because the plan is weak, but because it has not yet grown strong enough to stand on its own. When you speak your plans out loud, you invite opinions. Opinions arrive dressed as concern, curiosity, or advice. But behind many of them is fear. Fear that reflects the listener's limits, not yours. People measure your vision by their own experience. And if they have never walked far, they cannot imagine distance. That is why premature sharing often leads to hesitation. Not because the plan was wrong, but because doubt was introduced too early. Understand this clearly. Silence at the beginning is not secrecy. It is discipline. Builders do not invite crowds into the foundation stage. They work quietly until the structure can support weight. Your goals deserve the same respect. When you speak before you have evidence, you trade certainty for noise. And noise confuses focus. Another danger of sharing plans too early is comfort. Talking creates a false sense of progress. The mind feels rewarded for intention instead of execution. You feel heard, acknowledged, and supported. But nothing has been built yet. That comfort can soften your edge. It can make urgency fade. Discipline requires pressure, not applause. Wise individuals learn to keep their plans simple and their circles smaller. They understand that encouragement from the wrong source can be just as harmful as criticism. Some people clap too early and disappear when the work gets hard. Others doubt loudly and weaken your resolve. Neither helps you move forward. This does not mean you isolate yourself. It means you choose carefully. Share your plans only with those who have proven strength, patience, and discretion. People who know when to listen and when to stay silent. People who respect effort more than excitement. One grounded voice is worth more than a room full of opinions. There is power in letting your work mature before it speaks. When progress is visible, conversations change. Doubt fades. Advice becomes respect. And explanations become unnecessary. Results create clarity that words never can. You must also learn to trust yourself in the quiet moments. When no one knows what you are building, you discover whether your motivation is real. Are you driven by purpose or by praise? Silence answers that question honestly. It strips away performance and leaves commitment. So protect your plans. Guard them while they are fragile. Work on them when no one is watching. Let them grow through effort, not conversation. When the time is right, your actions will introduce your vision far better than your words ever could. Number 3, replace talking about change with daily action. Change does not begin with a declaration. It begins with a decision, followed by movement. Too many people announce what they are going to do, how they are going to improve, and who they are about to become. They speak with passion, confidence, and excitement. Then days pass, routines return, and nothing changes. The problem was never a lack of intention. The problem was confusing words with work. Talking about change creates a comforting illusion. The mind feels satisfied simply by expressing desire. You feel productive because you sounded determined. But sounding determined and being disciplined are not the same thing. Discipline shows up quietly, without witnesses, without speeches. It shows up when excuses are easier than effort and action is chosen anyway. Every time you talk instead of act, you delay growth. Conversation gives relief, but action gives results. Relief fades quickly. Results stay. If you truly want to change your life, your daily behavior must look different, not your conversations. Growth is measured by habits, not promises. Action also has a way of clarifying everything. When you move, you discover what works and what does not. You learn through effort, not discussion. Talking keeps you in your head. Action brings you into reality. One honest step teaches more than 1,000 conversations about possibility. There is another hidden cost to talking too much about change. Once you tell others, you feel pressure to perform instead of improve. You start worrying about how progress looks rather than whether it is real. That pressure can make you rush, quit, or pretend. Real growth needs space to be messy. It needs room for mistakes, adjustment, and persistence. Daily action builds something conversation never can. Identity. When you act consistently, you stop wondering who you are becoming. You know, each small act reinforces the belief that you are capable, disciplined, and reliable. Confidence grows from evidence, not encouragement. This does not mean you never speak about your goals. It means you speak after you have acted, not before. Let effort come first. Let routine do the talking. When people notice change without being told, it carries weight. Silent progress commands respect. If you feel the urge to explain your plans or describe your future, pause. Ask yourself a simple question. What can I do today that moves me one step forward? Then do that. Not tomorrow. Not when conditions are perfect. Today, repetition of small actions is how real change takes root. The strongest transformations are often invisible at the beginning. They happen in early mornings, quiet evenings, and moments when no one is watching. They are built through consistency, not conversation. So make a commitment to yourself. Speak less about what you are going to do. Act more on what needs to be done. Let your days reflect your intentions. Over time, your actions will tell a story far more powerful than anything you could ever say. Number 4, keep your struggles private until you're strong enough. Struggle is part of the process, but broadcasting it too early can weaken you. There is a difference between carrying weight and turning that weight into conversation. When every difficulty becomes a story, pain loses its purpose. Struggle is meant to shape you, not to entertain others or invite constant sympathy. In hard moments, the urge to speak is natural. You want to be heard, understood, and comforted. But comfort, when taken too often, can delay strength. Growth requires resistance. When you rush to share your struggle, you sometimes release pressure that was meant to build endurance. You trade resilience for relief. Not every listener has the capacity to hold your pain properly. Some will judge, some will pity, some will repeat what you trusted them with. And some will quietly begin to see you as fragile. None of that helps you rise. Strength is not built in explanation, it is built in endurance. Private struggle teaches you self-reliance. When you face difficulty without an audience, you learn how to regulate your emotions, sharpen your thinking, and stay steady under pressure. These are skills that no amount of encouragement can replace. They are forged in silence. There is also dignity in handling your challenges with restraint. That does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means choosing the right time and the right person. Wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to endure. Oversharing creates dependency. Selective sharing builds maturity. Many people unknowingly turn hardship into identity. They talk about problems so often that struggle becomes who they are, not something they are passing through. That habit keeps wounds open. Healing requires focus, not repetition of the pain. When you keep your struggles private, something powerful happens. You begin to solve instead of explain. You shift from asking for understanding to seeking solutions. Your energy moves inward, where change actually begins. This does not mean you never seek support. It means you wait until you are stable enough to choose wisely. There is strength in asking for help, but only when it is done with intention, not desperation. Share with those who can guide you forward, not pull you into circles of complaint. Remember this: everyone has problems. What separates strong individuals from the rest is not the absence of difficulty, but how they carry it. Quiet endurance builds character. Loud struggle often builds dependency. So the next time life tests you, pause before you speak. Ask yourself whether sharing will make you stronger or simply more comfortable. Choose strength. Carry the weight. Learn the lesson. And when you rise above it, you will do so with confidence that was earned, not borrowed. Number 5. Practice silence when you feel the urge to justify yourself. There is a powerful moment in every person's growth when they realize they do not have to explain everything. That moment does not come easily. It comes when you are questioned, misunderstood, or challenged. And every instinct inside you wants to defend your choices. Learning to stay quiet in those moments is not weakness. It is discipline. The urge to justify yourself often rises from insecurity. When you feel the need to explain, you are really asking to be accepted. But acceptance does not create strength. Self-respect does. And self-respect grows when you trust your own decisions enough to stand by them without approval. Silence gives you control. When you speak too quickly, emotion takes over. Words become reactions instead of responses. Silence creates space. In that space, you regain balance. You think clearly. You choose your next move instead of being pulled into unnecessary conflict. People who constantly explain themselves invite endless debate. One explanation leads to another, and soon you are trapped in a cycle of defending your life to people who will never be satisfied. They are not searching for clarity. They are searching for reassurance that your path is safe, familiar, and comfortable. Growth rarely is. Practicing silence also reveals intention. When you stop justifying yourself, You notice who respects you and who loses interest. Some people only engage when they can question, advise, or criticize. Silence removes their leverage. It draws a boundary without confrontation. This does not mean you become cold or distant. It means you become deliberate. You speak when your words add value, not when they are demanded. You learn that not every opinion deserves a response, and not every misunderstanding needs correction. Silence sharpens confidence. Each time you resist the urge to explain, you strengthen your inner authority. You prove to yourself that you can hold your ground. Over time, that confidence becomes visible. Others sense it. Questions fade. Pressure eases. There will be moments when silence feels uncomfortable. You may worry about being judged or misunderstood. Accept that discomfort. It is part of growth. Being misunderstood temporarily is better than being controlled permanently. Remember, people who are secure in their direction do not rush to defend it. They keep moving. They let time and results clarify what words cannot. When progress is steady, explanations become unnecessary. So the next time you feel the urge to justify yourself, pause, breathe, say less. Let your actions do the talking. Silence, when practiced with intention, becomes one of the strongest tools you will ever develop. Number 6. Work in private before you ask for recognition. Recognition feels good, but it is a poor foundation for growth. When you seek praise too early, you build your motivation on something unstable. Applause comes and goes. Discipline must stay. Real progress begins when you are willing to work without being seen, without being acknowledged, and without being encouraged. Private work develops seriousness. When no one is watching, you discover whether your commitment is real. Are you showing up because you believe in the work, or because you want approval? The answer to that question shapes your future. Those who rely on recognition often slow down when attention fades. Those who rely on discipline keep going. Early praise can be dangerous. It creates a sense of arrival before the journey has truly begun. You start protecting your image instead of improving your skill. You avoid mistakes because mistakes look bad. But mistakes are part of learning. Growth needs room to fail quietly. Working in private removes pressure. You are free to experiment, adjust, and struggle without explanation. You can be honest about where you are instead of pretending to be further ahead. That honesty accelerates improvement. Many people announce progress too soon. They share small wins and expect ongoing validation. Over time, they begin chasing reactions instead of results. The work becomes secondary to the response. That path leads to shallow success and fragile confidence. Those who build something lasting usually disappear for a while. They reduce noise. They simplify their lives. They focus on daily effort. When they return, they bring substance, not stories. Their presence carries weight because it is backed by work. This does not mean recognition is bad. It means recognition must be earned. When it arrives naturally, it strengthens confidence instead of replacing it. Recognition should confirm progress, not create it. Learn to enjoy the quiet phase. This is where habits are formed and character is tested. This is where you develop patience, resilience, and attention to detail. No applause can teach you these qualities. Only effort can. If you want to be respected, become skilled. If you want to be admired, become consistent. Recognition will follow when it has something real to recognize. So stop asking to be noticed. Stop waiting for praise to move forward. Do the work when no one is watching. Improve when no one is clapping. Build something solid in private. When the time is right, your work will introduce you better than any announcement ever could. Number 7. Don't confuse attention from others with progress in life. Attention is loud. Progress is quiet. One feels exciting in the moment. The other changes your life over time. Many people mistake being noticed for moving forward, and that confusion keeps them stuck. Being talked about is not the same as becoming better. Attention gives a temporary lift. It makes you feel seen and valued, but that feeling fades quickly, and when it does, you are left exactly where you were before. Progress, on the other hand, builds slowly and stays. It shows up in improved skill, stronger habits, better decisions, and a steadier mind. These changes do not always attract immediate notice, but they compound. Chasing attention often pulls you away from the work that matters. You begin adjusting your actions to get reactions. You measure success by response instead of results. Over time, your direction bends toward what looks impressive rather than what builds strength. That path leads to shallow outcomes. True progress requires focus. Focus demands fewer distractions, fewer conversations, and fewer performances. It requires you to turn inward and ask difficult questions. Are your habits improving? Are your skills sharper? Are your standards higher than last year? Attention cannot answer these questions, only honest effort can. There is also a cost to constant visibility. When everyone is watching, pressure increases. You become careful instead of courageous. You avoid risks that could expose mistakes. Growth slows because learning often looks messy before it looks successful. Those who make real progress learn to separate validation from value. They understand that approval is not proof of effectiveness. Crowds have cheered for the wrong things many times before. Wisdom is not found in applause. It is found in outcomes. When you step away from the need for attention, your energy returns. You stop performing and start building. You stop comparing and start improving. The noise fades and clarity returns. Progress also brings a quiet confidence. You no longer need to announce what you are doing. You know that certainty changes how you move, how you speak, and how you carry yourself. People sense it. Attention may eventually follow, but by then it no longer controls you. So be honest with yourself. Ask whether your daily actions are designed to get noticed or to get better. If the answer is attention, adjust. Choose depth over display. Choose discipline over distraction. Life rewards those who invest in progress, not popularity. Build something meaningful. Improve yourself when no one is watching. Let attention come as a byproduct, not a goal. That is how lasting growth is made. Number 8, stay consistent, even when no one is watching. Consistency is the quiet force that shapes character. It does not announce itself, and it rarely receives applause. Yet over time, it separates those who grow from those who merely talk about growth. When no one is watching, when no one is praising, when no one is reminding you, that is when consistency matters most. Many people can perform when there is an audience. They show discipline when eyes are on them, and effort is expected. But real progress is built in ordinary moments. Early mornings, long afternoons, and tired evenings, when no one knows what you are doing. These moments reveal who you truly are. Staying consistent without recognition requires inner agreement. You must decide that your standards do not depend on external reward. You show up because it is who you are becoming, not because someone might notice. That mindset creates reliability, and reliability builds confidence. Inconsistency often comes from emotion. You act when you feel motivated and stop when you don't. Consistency, however, is guided by commitment. Commitment does not ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done. That difference changes everything. When you stay consistent, small actions begin to compound. Progress may feel slow at first, but it is steady. Over time, what once required effort becomes habit. What once felt difficult becomes normal. This is how ordinary people achieve uncommon results. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. Each time you keep a promise you made privately, you strengthen your self-respect. You become someone who follows through. That identity is powerful. It affects how you approach challenges and how you respond to pressure. There will be days when effort feels pointless, when improvement is not visible, when doubt whispers that no one cares. Those days are not obstacles. They are tests. They ask whether you are committed to the process or attached to recognition. Remember, no one sees the roots of a tree, yet they support everything above ground. Consistency is the root system of success. It grows underground, unnoticed, until strength is undeniable. Do not wait to be seen. Do not wait to be encouraged. Keep going. Do the work again and again. Let repetition shape your character and sharpen your skill. One day, people will notice your progress and wonder how it happened. They will not see the quiet days, the unseen effort, the disciplined routine, but you will know, and that knowledge will be your strength. Number 9. Let results answer questions. You don't need to explain. There is a point where explanation becomes unnecessary. Not because people suddenly understand you, but because results make understanding optional. Words invite debate. Results end it. When your actions produce clear outcomes, questions lose their power. Many people spend years defending their choices. They argue, justify, and explain why they are doing what they are doing. This keeps them busy but not effective. The need to explain often comes from a lack of evidence. When evidence arrives, silence becomes natural. Results speak in a language everyone understands. They do not need tone, persuasion, or emotion. They simply exist. And when they exist consistently, opinions fall quiet. Doubt fades. Respect grows, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. Trying to explain your vision to people who have not seen progress is exhausting. They question because they cannot see. They doubt because there is nothing solid to point to yet. Instead of fighting that, work, build something tangible. Let your effort accumulate. When results appear, conversations change without you saying a word. There is freedom in letting results speak. You stop rehearsing answers in your head. You stop anticipating criticism. You stop worrying about being misunderstood. Your focus returns to the work where it belongs. Peace follows progress. Results also protect your energy. Explaining drains it. Producing strengthens it. Every hour spent building skill, improving health, or sharpening discipline adds weight to your presence. Over time, people sense it. They stop questioning and start observing. This does not mean results come quickly. They come honestly. They arrive through repetition, patience, and correction. But once they are there, they stay. Words fade, outcomes remain. There will be moments when people challenge you before results are visible. Let them. Resist the urge to convince. Convincing is fragile. Building is solid. Choose solid. Understand this clearly. You do not owe explanations for your discipline. You owe yourself consistency. When your life improves, when your habits change, when your work speaks, explanations become irrelevant. Many strong individuals live quietly for years and speak through outcomes later. They do not announce progress. They reveal it. That difference matters. Announcements invite opinion. Results invite respect. So stop preparing speeches about your future. Prepare routines. Stop rehearsing defenses. Build evidence. Let your actions create clarity. When results speak, they do so calmly and confidently. They do not argue. They do not chase approval. They stand. And when that happens, you will notice something important. The same people who once questioned you will no longer need explanations. They will already have their answer. Number 10. Build enough self-respect that you no longer need approval. Approval is tempting because it feels like confirmation. When others agree with you, support you, or praise you, it can feel as though you are on the right path. But approval is unreliable. It changes with mood, trends, and convenience. Self-respect, on the other hand, is steady. It does not depend on who is watching or what they think. When you rely on approval, you give others influence over your direction. Their opinions begin to shape your decisions. You hesitate when they hesitate. You advance only when they approve. Slowly, your life becomes a reflection of what feels acceptable rather than what feels true. That is not strength. That is permission seeking. Self-respect grows from keeping promises to yourself. It is built through discipline, consistency, and integrity. Each time you do what you said you would do, even when it is difficult, you reinforce trust within yourself. That trust becomes confidence, and confidence removes the need for validation. People who lack self-respect